Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Gazebo community meeting. This time it's a little bit special. We're gonna go first with the latest news from the last month. Addisu will kick that out, and then we'll go through the testing and tutorial instructions for the Jetty release. So we're gonna go over a few slides with some of the instructions, and Addisu will also present that. So it's all yours, Addisu.
Thanks, Carlos. I actually don't have anything for the news. I'm just going to jump right into the tutorial party stuff. Let me share my screen. Right. Tab would be better. Okay, can everybody see that? Right. All right. Thanks everybody for joining us. This is something we look forward to every year. We get all the code released and ready for this tutorial party. And we want the community to try it out and tell us, if there's any issues, and just feel involved in the whole release process. So welcome. This is the timeline. We start the tutorial party today. It ends on the 11th. And then, during that time, folks will be finding issues, we'll be fixing them, and of course, you're all welcome to submit PRs as well, fixing them. But we'll give ourselves some extra time to fix any remaining issues till the 15th. And then the 24th is the community meeting, where we show all the new features in Jetty. So between the two, the internal QA start and the next community meeting, we'll have our demo preparation period, and then we'll make the final release on the 30th. All right. So what is this tutorial party? If you've never done it before, this is where we beta test the new release, Gazebo Jetty, try out all the new features, see if we can find any issues, any bugs, test it out on all the platforms that we don't manually test on. We also use it to validate our documentation, check for any typos, check for any outdated information. And last but not least, we want to have fun and grow our community. We want everyone to feel welcome and feel that they can contribute to Gazebo. And it's a great way to start making contributions with small documentation updates or small features or small bug fixes and things like that. So that's the sort of our goal. How it works. We have a repository full of issues. We have about 570 issues, I believe. So you go on there, you pick an issue, you say that you're interested in working on it, you comment on it. Most of them are pretty simple. Once you actually run through the tutorial, so each issue will have a link that points to a tutorial to read, and that might have steps to follow. So you do those, and then you report back. If all the steps worked, you comment status passed. If something went wrong, you say status failed. We have some automation this year, thanks to Ben. who's been working tirelessly to get this working, where we look through our automation, we look through our comments and assign points to people, and then we'll have a leaderboard. And for the top 20 contributors, we have some swag. We don't have the artwork yet. We were hoping to get it by now, but it is in the works. Our artist is working on it. We'll have the final render pretty soon. Hopefully, we'll open up the store for people to purchase it. But for the top 20, not including maintainers, Gazebo maintainers, so PMC members, we give out these swag. So yeah, that's a great way to get some free stuff and be involved in the community. So the first thing is we want to send out, if you end up in the top 20, we want to send out some information on how to order this stuff. So you will want to fill out this form here. And then after that, yeah, it's a matter of going to the list of issues and getting started. Like I mentioned, this is important. Don't forget to add the specially formatted text at the end of your comments. It should be on its own line, status passed or status failed. And each of the issues will have this instruction there so you don't forget. And please, when you do the issues, make sure to include a screenshot or a console log or something to show like that you've run it and we can validate it. And it's really helpful, especially if there's something wrong, we can tell based on those things. We have a new point system we're trying out this year. There are 3 classes of issues: hard, normal, easy. The hard and easy ones have a tag on them or a label on them, and the normal ones don't have any. Yeah, we'll share the slides. So we allow up to 3 people working on an issue. Ideally, we want folks to just have to work on one, so we cover as many issues as possible. That's the goal, to like close out all the issues. So if you see someone else working on it, try not to work on it. That's what's best for the project. If there's some sort of race condition and you end up working on something and someone else also worked on it, you would divide the points available on that issue, and we max it out at 3 people. So it's important to say I'm working on it so other people can know this is taken. Sometimes you might say you want to work on it, but you end up not having time, and then so that in that situation we would ask you to come back and either delete your comment or say I can't, I no longer can work on it. But if you see an issue that has someone saying they work on it but it hasn't been worked on it for a few days, then ping them and see if you can take over. We want to encourage people to test out Mac and Windows because they are the core developers don't typically work on these, and so we have less testing on them. So we have a 20% multiplier on these issues. We have a leaderboard. It will update every, is it 2 hours? Every hour? I'm not sure. At the worst, every day. It will update go through all the comments and calculate all the points and show a list of everybody that's involved. So check on this link. It's on the Gazebo test cases GitHub repo, but on a different branch. It's called a leaderboard branch. So there is a README there, but yeah, follow this link. Yeah. If you want to if you're not familiar with GitHub search, you can filter based on these labels, the easy and hard. Once the automation detects that people have worked on it, it will have a completion 1, completion 2, and 3 labels. So if something has a completion 1, try to avoid it, I guess, because you won't get as many points anyway. But that's a way to filter out things that you can work on. You can also filter by the library or by the platform to get the extra bonus points. If you don't have Gazebo or Ubuntu Noble, which is what we have for Jetty, what's supported for Jetty, we have Docker images available. There's some instructions in the main README on how to install it. We recommend using Rocker to it would set up your X11 configuration, and if you have an NVIDIA GPU or Intel integrated GPU, it can also set that up for you, so you don't have to mess around with Docker flags, and it works pretty well. So check out the instructions. Otherwise, we have pre-release binaries for Ubuntu. We will also hopefully have pre-release bottles for Homebrew. Not ready yet. You should be able to still install it with Homebrew, but it might build on your machine. If you need help, which if you have any questions at all, please reach out on the Discord channel, the Gazebo Help channel. We're there. We're happy to help. And if you have any other, if you run into a bug, find the issue or find the library associated with that issue and create an upstream issue. So if you find an issue in GZMath, go to the GZMath GitHub repository and create an issue. And then other helpful information and resources can be found at github.com/gazebosim. All right, this is kind of a summary. The party ends September 11th, so around a couple of weeks. Here are all the useful links: the main issue repo, the leaderboard, the instructions for getting started, installing things, Docker files, and the sign-up form. Okay, we're not doing demos. Just wanted to show you what's new in Jetty, just so that you can kind of look out for these things as you do the tests and the tutorials. Jetty will be a long-term support release. It'll come out on the 30th of September, and it'll be supported for 5 years. And we always recommend these LTS releases for our developers. If you don't want to try out if you want a stable, like long-term supported release, that's the one for you. Harmonic was the last one, so once this comes out, we recommend folks to upgrade. We have a new tutorial, and not just the tutorial, but we've updated some of the API to make reinforcement learning and training much easier. Arjo's been working on this for a while. This example shows an RL that was trained to balance a cart pole. But yeah, we have an example, and that's using the stable baseline 3 package, and it walks you through how to run an RL pipeline. But the main thing is, being able to run the Gazebo with different inputs repeatedly, and the reset API, and being able to run the server without the GUI and things like that have been much improved. We also have updates to the SD format. We added the inertial auto property where it automatically computes inertial properties of your objects, but it used to only support density. So you had to go into each of the collision objects and specify the densities, which was kind of not very ergonomic. A lot of people, it's easier to measure the mass of an object than the density. So we have now added this feature. So if you don't have to go and input the density, you just put the mass in the inertial property, inertial tag, and say auto equals true, and it will compute the inertia for you. And if you have been working on physics simulation for a while, you know that if the inertial properties of a dynamic object are not set up properly, simulation is going to be completely off or incorrect. So we highly recommend this feature. Qt5 to Qt6. This is I don't know if it looks a whole lot better, but it's a lot more modern, I guess, and supported. So Qt5 has reached end of life, and we've kind of been forced to migrate to Qt6. It's been a long time coming. I think it's taken us almost a year to complete the migration. It's mostly the same. There might be a little bit of a difference in the way it looks. Most of the changes are on the API or like the backend side. If you write plugins for the GUI, you will be affected, but it should be just a search and replace type of change. Nothing too crazy. We have migration guides for that as well. And we have Zeno transport in Gazebo. This we're hoping to have a better out-of-the-box experience with firewalls and things like that for new users. But it also gives us extensive customization options. Historically, we've built our own transport on top of ZeroMQ with limited customization capabilities. With Zeno, it's a growing project. It supports a lot of different network topologies and configurations, and so we're hoping to leverage that and allow folks to use Gazebo in all kinds of networking situations. ZeroMQ is still available, but we're hoping to also align with the ROS team, who's converging on Zeno as well. We have standalone executables. In the past, when you run GZSim, for example, it runs a Ruby script that loads a shared library through the FFI or foreign function interface, and it loads a shared library or DLL. And it was kind of, it makes it difficult to debug with GDB. It makes it hard on other platforms like Windows and Mac OS to start everything from one command instead of having two terminals for the server and the GUI. Now all of that has been resolved with the standalone executable, because they can just run as different. The GUI can run as a separate executable. If you want to debug it, you can run it with GDB by itself, and we don't run into any of the limitations of loading DLLs or shared libraries. This is a big one. We have removed major versions, major version numbers in our package names. What this means is in your CMake files, in your Python files, you will no longer see the version number. So when you do find package, for example, gzutils, you just say gzutils, not gzutils 4. When you upgrade to a new version, you don't have to change the name. It will just, you still have to, if you want, you can specify the version number separately, if you want to pin it to that. But if you want to just get the latest and greatest, you can just say find GZUtils, and when you upgrade, you don't have to change anything. This will mean that we no longer support side-by-side installation of Gazebo. So starting with Jetty, any newer versions of Gazebo will not be able to side-by-side install. The older versions should be able to, so Jetty should still be able to side-by-side install with Ionic or Harmonic, but newer versions won't be. But with today with Docker and many other options, we felt like this is not an insurmountable problem. There's ways around it, and so it was better to remove this and reduce the churn when upgrading, both on developers and maintainers of Gazebo, or end users of Gazebo and maintainers of Gazebo. Let's see. Yeah, and we now download fuel models in the background. So when you start a Gazebo world that has a lot of fuel models, previously it would kind of hang with the GUI, just a black screen, and it makes you feel like something is wrong. Now you will see the GUI start, and the models will be downloaded in the background and in parallel, so it should be a lot faster and more interactive. This one is actually not ready yet, but it's coming pretty soon. We have support for the standard simulation interfaces. There's now a new set of ROS services and actions to interact with simulators. O3DE and i6sim support these, and Gazebo is now also supporting this. The work is almost complete. It's not ready for this tutorial party right now. It might be ready by maybe like halfway through. We're not sure yet, but definitely by the time Jetty is released. So this will allow you to spawn and delete entities in Gazebo, control their, set their state, get their state, and filter by name and filter by different categories and things like that. I will say in the tutorial and the list of issues, we have not included any of the ROS integration tutorials because the ROS GZ package, because of the way vendor packages work, we have to make our pre-releases and then update the ROS vendor packages so that Gazebo, the new pre-releases, can be released into the ROS build farm, and that takes time. So we have not made those tutorials available yet, but we're hoping to make them available halfway through the tutorial party. And that is all I had, actually. So I'll stop sharing my screen. All right. So yeah, so happy testing and tutorial party. Some of us will hang out here to answer any questions you might have. But like I said, the first step is to go and sign up in the registration form, and then take a crack at a few issues and see what you think. And I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Looks like we may have lost Addisu.
Yeah, we'll share the slides. Probably we can include them. Yeah, we can include them in the main README of Gazebo test cases.
Yep, I will post all of the instructions up on Ross Discourse as soon as we're done here, along with video. Actually, I think we can probably stop recording here. I'll post this real quick, and everything should be up on Ross Discourse within 30 minutes or so.
By the way, Addisu, I think you had asked about the frequency of updating the leaderboard. Technically, it's every 45 minutes, unless if we get rate limited, which case it could be up to like an hour and a half, hypothetically. But it should be updated pretty regularly for people who are interested. You can just also look at the actions under Gazebo Sim, Gazebo test cases. And under the actions, you'll see the workflow running. And basically, you can watch it run if you're really wanting to know when you can see the updates to the leaderboard next.
All right, I'm going to stop recording, drop off, get this all posted, but ping me if there's anything we need.
All right, thanks, Scott.